Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 Mini Catalog Launch Party. My name is Shel Anderson, and I am located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. You can find me on social media under Stamp with Shel, and my blog is shelscreativecorner.blogspot.com. Today, we have lots of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators from around the world joining us all joining together to showcase the fabulous new products from the catalog. You're in for a real treat today. I would like to thank Stephanie for asking me to present to you today. This presentation is running constantly for 2 days, but don't worry, you can come back at your leisure and watch the presentations. You don't need to watch them all as they go live. There will be presentations every hour. Also, there is a PDF tutorial for sale with instructions for all the presentations. The proceeds go to charity, and this year's charity is the Michael J. Fox Foundation Charity for Parkinson's Research. If you wish to purchase, please contact me at andersonshell@gmail.com and I will get you the info on how you can purchase that tutorial bundle. Okay, on to my project. I am presenting, drum roll, the fabulous Love for You bundle. This is found on page 11 of your catalog. And here is a sample sheet that I made quickly just to show you the different dies and stamps. Also on my project today, I will be using By the Bay Designer Series paper. This is found on page 23, and this is a specialty paper, and it's huge pack. And I have a couple of other samples for you at the end. That I used the Country Gingham DSP and the Country Floral Lane DSP. I will also be using the Stylish Shapes dies. All right, that's enough of that. We have 2 inks. We have Petal Pink and Mint Macaron. And we're going to need some dimensionals as well as some adhesive. I'm also going to be using the Enamel Dot Essentials. These are new as well, and they have some really cool new colors. White, Crumb Cake, and Night of Navy. So we're going to be using some of those. And I am also bringing in the navy bordered ribbon. So that's all our supplies. We're going to bring in our card kit and get started. I've done a bit of pre-die cutting. Oops, speaking of die cutting, there's the dies. I've done a bit of pre-die cutting so that it's not such a long video. You don't need to watch me do that. You'll notice here I have a little strip of leftover scrap cardstock. I'm going to use this, maybe, if I can get some glue flowing here. Here we go. I'm going to use this to pretty up the inside of our card. Why throw that in the garbage when I can use it? And there we have the inside of our card all ready to go onto our pink card base. And I'm just going to use some Tombow and pop this on the inside. Just like so. There we go. All right. Now we are going to set that aside, bring in all of this goodness, and get started working on our focal image. All right, I have 3 strips of the pink cardstock, and I have 3 strips of this gorgeous DSP that has foiling on it. And I have cut this in strips that I am going to mat on here. I just want to make sure that my pattern matches, and it does, because I wanted that pattern to be continuous. I think I'm going to have to open another glue. We'll pop this in place. So we have a little tiny pink border. Yep, I need new glue. Bear with me just a second. I'm sure I have a new one right here. Oops. And we'll get rid of that one and open up a new one. Now to get this one started. Well, bear with me 1 second. I have stuck up glue bottles here, apparently. This one looks like it's ready to go. Look at that. Perfect. And we're just going to layer these in place. Oops. A little too much glue. It's a little gushy because I had too much on there. And there we have our 3 panels. Awesome. All right. So now I'm going to layer these 3 strips on the front of my card. And my tip for doing this is to turn your cardstock so that you can see 3 sides of your card base. So when you pop this down here, you can center it up so that you have the same distance on 3 edges. Okay, so there's tip number 1. Now I want you to turn it around the other way. I want you to skip your middle piece and pick up your other side piece. We'll put some adhesive on there. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pop this in place and wiggle it until we have the same border as we did on the other side. Now, our last piece is going to be super simple to put in place because we just have to center that in between the 2 panels that are already there. And there we have it. All set. Now I am going to use dimensionals on the back of this piece. And we are going to pop this up and give it just a little bit of dimension. I find that dimension always adds a little bit of interest. I like grabbing a take your pick tool or a paper piercer because I have no fingernails. And we'll take off all those little paper backings. And now this we get to put on our card front. And I'm going to do the same thing. Now this is a smaller border, so center that up and just kind of drop it so you can have a look It's not quite in the right place, so I'm going to do it again. There, that looks better. All right, so we have our card inside done and our card front done. Now we just have to work on our focal image. I have die cut the words "for you," and I made a mistake. I forgot to put my adhesive sheet on the back. I'm telling you, people, adhesive sheets will make your life so much easier. So don't do what I did. Do what I say. Put adhesive sheets on your projects. You're going to thank me for it because it makes it so much easier. And to be honest, this is the third time I've taped this video because I've been having audio issues, and I'm hoping that the third time here is a charm. So you're going to get to see 3 samples of this card because each time I did a video, of course, I did a card. So I'm just taking Tombow right now and putting dots of Tombow on, too many dots of Tombow on the back. We just want little bits because we don't want it to gush. There we go. That should be good. And the beauty of Tombow is that when it dries crystal clear. All right, now I am going to layer this on this gold stitched circle just to give it that va-va-voom and coordinate with the gold foiling in the DSP. Now, when you do this, remember that foil is slippery, and if you get glue on foil, it's darn near impossible to get it off. So you see that I put the adhesive in the center part of my circle and didn't wiggle it around much. And I'm just going to let that be as is. And on the back side, I am going to put some dimensionals. And I forgot, I was going to wrap my ribbon around my card, and I forgot. So we're going to grab the bow maker, and we are going to make a bow, and we will put the bow on by itself. This ribbon is gorgeous, my friends. This is gorgeous stuff. Makes beautiful bows. They call it bordered ribbon. It's got a beautiful weight to it, but it's really soft, and the edge has almost like a satin feel to it. It's gorgeous. All right, so we've got our bow ready. And now we're going to bring in our silicone craft sheet and perhaps some glue dots. And we will put together our flowers. And I'm just going to put a glue dot on each of these leaves, because when I put things on my cards, if there's different elements, the least amount of elements that go on at one time are the best for me. So I would rather have them all ready to go as one piece than to have to put 2 pieces on. If that makes any sense at all? All right, we're done with those. Now let's pop our flowers on here. And these stamps are two-step stamps. There's the flower stamp, and then there's an over stamp to give it a little bit of dimension. And it's not super easy to see on these light colored flowers, but in the samples I'm going to show you afterwards, they're much, much easier to see. All right, there we go. We have those ready. Now I'm going to grab these essential dots. What I'm doing is giving this time to dry. I don't want to handle that too much until I have it dry. Oops. And I really like these dots because they're flat. They're very, very glossy and shiny, but they're very, very flat. So I like that. All right, there we go. And now we can flip these all over and put a dimensional on the back side. And I'm going to take a mini and put a mini dimensional on the leaf, just so it's supported. All right, I think we have all our bits ready. Let's bring our card back in and see how we're going to lay this out. Thinking this bow, I want like that. So this I'm going to put right fair in the middle. And you'll see that I put my words off to one side. I did that intentionally because I'm going to put the flowers over on this side, and they're going to kind of pop like that. All right, let's just have a peek here. I think maybe 2 is going to be plenty. And put 1 like so. Oops. And 1 like so. There we go. All right, I'm going to need another glue dot for our bow. And I'm just going to pop that right on the edge of that gold frame. And then I need to tame these tails. I don't like the tails going all willy-nilly. So we'll just pop a glue dot down there and hold that in place. Like so. All right, now we'll grab some ribbon scissors, trim up these tails so they're not quite so straggly. Let's get rid of this garbage. And I think I'm going to put these flowers on the inside. I think I'm going to remove the dimensionals. That wasn't very smart because we don't need dimension on the inside of the card. So another one up there? I don't think so. No, we'll put them both on the inside. All right. And we'll just overlap them a little bit, like so. All right, there is our first card using the Love for You bundle. And this is the By the Bay DSP. Pretty? All right, as promised, I have a couple more samples for you. This one is done using the Country Gingham and the Country Floral Lane DSP. And on this one, I did Love You with the Sweet Sorbet flowers and the matte black dots. And on the inside, I just put some pink hearts. All right, and my final sample, I used the big shadow background and I stamped the greetings on Balmy Blue with black ink, and then I cut those out and layered them on the shadow. And I put some hearts and some flowers on there and a little flower on the inside. So it says, so much love for you. So there's 3 different ways that I have come up with so far that you can use those dies. And as you can tell, I use basically the same sketchy layout with different DSPs to give it totally different looks. Anyhow, that's it for my presentation. I really hope that you like this presentation and you like this bundle, because in my opinion, it is fabulous. I can see so much use for this. And the greetings are wonderful. So I am going to say goodbye to you now, and hope that you enjoy the rest of these fabulous creators here today. Thanks so much. Bye-bye for now.